To soothe stress during the pandemic, some people may have turned to alcohol. Sales went through the roof. But when does a drink here and there turn into substance misuse? Morning anchor Mark Kelly warns us about the danger of becoming a gray drinker.
It wasn't because I didn't want to stay sober. It was because I couldn't stop.
18, an exciting milestone for a teenager, typically. But for Ryan Cease, adulthood was the start of a difficult journey.
Early on, my early 20s, I pretty much had resigned myself to the fact that any dream or any kind of hopes that I ever had were never going to be achieved.
That first drink at 18 soon turned into another and another.
As far as a gray drinker, I definitely was. The difficult part about it is that there's this invisible line that you can't see, and once you cross it, it feels like it's nearly impossible to get back.
Gray drinking is that middle ground between a social drink from time to time and suffering from true alcohol misuse. New research shows those entering alcohol treatment for the first time went up during the pandemic. Here at home, the Hanley Center received so many calls, they've had to turn patients away. Dr. Annalisa de Lima is the clinical director.
Many times people sustain in gray drinking for many years in their lives, and their progression is really slow. And so it's only when other criteria start to be met or other areas in their lives start to be affected that the red flags go up that this is a problem.
Here are 3 warning signs you're a gray drinker. You can't stop once you start drinking. Friends say you are not acting like yourself when you drink. Set a goal that you won't drink, but repeatedly fail.
That gray becomes more defined and becomes more problematic.
To know if you're a gray drinker, Executive Director Deborah Kuzman says it's important not to focus solely on the number of drinks.
Interestingly, it doesn't really have to do with the amount that one is drinking or the frequency. It has much more to do with the relationship to alcohol.
Simply put, the turning point where your day revolves around that drink.
Oftentimes people look back and say, I wish I would have done something then.
Well, Ryan Cease did do something. He started a 12-step program 12 years ago. And now he's got a family of his own and his own patients to help.
Gratitude, because of where I was at, based on where I'm at now, is a place that I never thought I'd be able to get to.
Now, Ryan has a helpful piece of advice. He says if you're not sure if you're a gray drinker, test it out. Try to not drink and see what happens. What does your day feel like when you don't get that drink?
Congratulations to Ryan there, and that was Mark Kelly reporting. And if you think you or a loved one are dealing with gray drinking, there is a national helpline that you can also reach out to you, and that number is right here on your screen. It's 1-800-662-4357. It is free, confidential, and it is active 24/7.